Bless up, it's Tomi Tribe checking in, Simple TV. Let's get it. Well, on the background and the music and my life all tie together through just growing up in a household full of music, you know. Being in the choir when I was younger, playing an instrument when I was younger, you know, listening to the music in the car on road trips, things like that, you know, just enjoying music just recreational. And then of course, as time goes on, you're able to kind of connect the dots and say, hey, I like to do this or I like to do that. For me, it really started with throwing parties, throwing events and things like that. I was throwing them in my parents' house really when they'll go out of town. I was just throwing a party, and that led to, you know, other things. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's no crazy story, aha moment and all that. It was just a situation to where I said I'm gonna take my craft and career more seriously. And I wanted to stand out from others who were doing, you know, similar things. I never looked at myself just as the DJ, so I didn't want to throw a DJ something in front of my name. So I was just like, what flows with Tomi, being that there's T. And T was actually a common thing in my family. My brother and sister both were T's as well. So I was just like, Tribe, you know, it kind of embodies what I'm envisioning for my career, being able to collaborate and work with different genres and different people and all under one tribe. So I just said Tomi Tribe, man. It flowed, you know, I didn't think too deep into it. Just ran with it, and you know, here we are. Man, growing up is a lot, but if you want to talk about specifically those that molded me into moving the way I move as a, you know, as an artist or as a musician, you definitely have to say Pharrell Williams, you know, NERD, that whole movement kind of really showed me that you can be an individual when it comes to music, that you just got to go with your taste and what you enjoy and then make it work, you know, to everybody else's ears. My style is just, it has to get you. There has to be something different about it. It can't just be just the regular, you know, whatever it is, whether I'm making some amapiano, spinning amapiano, Afrobeats, hip hop, whatever it is, there has to be something different to it, to where when you hear it or you hear a mix or a song, then you're just like, okay, that one is different. That's not your typical whatever it is that you're listening to. So it's just, I don't know, there's just something that has to be different. I usually hear that whether it's a sound or like on Need Nigeria, the log drum is really what stands out on that, and you can see the way we had engineered it to really kind of pop. Like that was really different with that sound. It's almost like a disco track meets amapiano meets Afrobeat, but it's the streets too. It's crazy. Los Angeles, I always tell people, is the last coast to get Afrobeats. So it's definitely, we are on a uphill trajectory. We are, you know, starting off and moving towards, you know, the New Yorks, the Atlantas, the Houstons. But, you know, it's also an advantage for us because we are able to try new things. We're able to understand new cultures, and, you know, it's a big difference from an Afrobeat party in Los Angeles compared to Atlanta. Huge difference. You know, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying there's a difference. And with us, we're able to nurture and care for that one. You know, that's on our coast, the West Coast, the best coast. Man, it's just constant growth, constant learning, constant exploration. You know, just always trying to figure out new things. What's the best way to do things? What's a new sound or a new idea or a new theory? Like, it's just, like I said, just try to do different things. Like, it doesn't, you know, enrich me or doesn't like get me hyped if I'm doing something that somebody else has done or something that's just the same or a sound that's just the same. Like, it's just, I have to be moved to really do this. I'm not just doing this to, you know, get some kind of cloud, fame, or money. Like, all those things will always be a byproduct, but I have to feel something for it for me to even have to move, you know, because come on, the reality is the music industry, there's so many other ways to make money if you're really talking about investing money into things. So if you're really doing music, you must love it. You can't just, okay, let me just do it because it's cool. Like, nah, bro, you're gonna waste your time and your money. So really love what you're doing. That's all I'll say. There's no secret weapon. I just go through seasons, to be honest. Sometimes I'm feeling like, yo, let's get in the studio and cook up some stuff. Let's, write some music, bring this artist through. Sometimes I'm feeling like I'm not even feeling any of that. I just want to DJ. I want to throw some parties. Sometimes I'm feeling I don't even want to do any of that. I just want to be an executive. Let's plan things. Let's put together a boutique. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. There's no right or wrong with the situation. It's just, 1 month I'm this way, next month I'm that way. Like I said, a constant exploration of different things and ideas. Man, it's just, I don't know. It's seamlessly because they all run together. There's no overlapping in the sense of I can't do this because I do this. Like, no, realistically, if you're DJing, you're knowing what you like to hear, and you can obviously probably put that on wax somewhere or work with this artist. It just kind of all flows together. Like, it's seamless. It's definitely the beat. I'm a beat guy, so it's picking out the beat, whether I produce the beat, whether I help produce the beat, or I'm just listening to a beat pack, like finding the right beats that I want. That's what I do. I gather beats all the time. And then whenever I'm working with artists or chilling with artists, like, all right, cool, I have a folder of beats that I know I want to work with, I know are fire, I know can actually maybe, create some kind of dialogue between myself and the artist. Then, load them up, let them hear the beats. It's a record that my guy Toya and I put together. We're here in December, dirty December, just partying, having a good time. He got in an accident, rear-ended or so on the freeway or the highway, whatever you want to call it. And he came over. I was just like, man, let's get some food. We went to grab some food. Came back to the crib. I was like, yo, listen to some beats. Like I said, I always keep a bag of beats ready. I put that beat up that my guy Dante did, and he was vibing to it. He was already feeling frustrated about Nigeria and just, the way things are going. He got rear-ended. The guy's acting like it wasn't his fault, and, the cops come, this and that. It was a long story. He'll have to tell you guys one day. But he's just feeling that way, and he just literally records that song. And we're just like, okay, like at least we have the skeleton. A couple days later, come back, we finish everything up, and, we have the record. Nigeria's always a vibe, just coming out here really just to chill, to network, to party, to, connect. That's really what it's about. So this was kind of like a byproduct of just even being out here just, to live for life. Being a Nigerian American, I find it important that I come back as much as possible just to, enjoy life a little bit out here. It's not every day you need to be lamping in the shades of Los Angeles. I don't think it really impacted my creative process, to be honest. Like I said, that's just the same process that I always work with, artists. I load up the beats, they put some words to it. We think of ideas and concepts, and we finalize the deal, and something great comes out. I feel like this song, Need Nigeria, and leading songs, EPs, everything that I'm putting out, it's just bridging the gap. That's really all it's doing. As I'm able to go back and forth from Los Angeles to Lagos, Lagos to Los Angeles, I'm just bridging the gap. I'm bringing what I know here and what I can learn and soak up here, there, vice versa. So, it's just bridging the gap, being able to have an Afrobeat artist, DJ, producer, creator come from Los Angeles, is really what it's about. We have things to say in this industry as well. We have creative inputs as well. So, that's really all it is. We have other artists that are coming after me. We have other graphic artists, fine artists, dancers, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's the diaspora. Africa is definitely the home. Africa is definitely our motherland, but, we have a lot of talent outside of Africa, but we are all African. So we're just displaying it, showing it, and enjoying it together. The biggest challenges of a record really for me is when it comes down to the marketing, the promotions, the budgets, all that kind of stuff. So finding out where you want to spend on where, how you want to spend it. But no challenges for real. I don't really force anything, If things are out and things move this way, move that way, great. If not, then, it's not do or die. You know what I'm saying? Just the way it makes you feel. Simple. Ah, what do you mean? Nigerian music in LA is booming. There's nothing about it. Like Afrobeats is rocking in LA. I don't care whether you're white, black, Latin, Asian, whatever. You're rocking with Afrobeats in one way or another right now in Los Angeles. Straight up. I'll say back home in Los Angeles, we have, from a club perspective, with more dancing in the club. Out here, it's a little more cool, chilling, big boy. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But me, I like a mix of both. And my clubs back home that I run a Saturday is 50-50. Let's get the dancing, let's get the vibes. But at the same time, we can still pop bottles and all that kind of thing. Afrobeats is sexy. That's really what it is. Like, girls love it, and if the girls love it, everything else follows. Let's be honest. The seriousness of it, I feel like before Afrobeats was taken as that's just a small subgenre. It's cool, but that's just, now it's serious. Now they're taking it serious. Now they're saying we have the right budgets for it. We have the right exposure for it. We're not just gonna dwindle you in a side corner. Like, nah, this is big business, so you better pay attention. You feel me? LA to Lagos, Los Angeles to Lagos, the EP coming out sometime this summer. I'm going to drop a small other pack this summer too. I have a lot of music this summer. Toei has some music this summer. I don't like to talk about it, I just like to be about it. So just be on the lookout. It's going to be dropping like bombs. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I don't know. Myself, just route the countries and you feel me? Just route the place. I'll pick the other DJs and artists that I want to just be popping up, but I'll curate the tour and just have different artists pull up in different cities and things like that. Man, you just gotta vibe. That's it. You have to. Everyone has their own vibe, and once you know your vibe and you tap into your vibe, then you're able to just dress the way your vibe is. Not everyone's supposed to dress the same way. Like, I have my vibe, you have your vibe, and we all make it work in the way we make it work. So that's really what inspires me. I like color, I like prints, but at the same time, I'll chill it down if I need to. It just depends. It has to flow. I got my undergrad in fashion marketing management. So fashion is, that's what I've been doing since high school. I had a t-shirt brand, you know what I'm saying? So I've always had clothing brands, t-shirt brands, and knew how to screen print, that kind of thing growing up. And eventually, like, it's one of those things, like if you're doing something, always maximize what you're doing. So if I'm doing something, I'm promoting something, whether it be music, events, parties, I should also have some kind of merch that people can buy into outside of the party, outside of the music, And not everyone in the world goes to parties. Not everyone in the world listens to Afrobeat. But you can wear a tribe hat, you can wear a tribe hoodie, you can wear a tribe jacket. You don't have to be necessarily part of this culture. So it's just creating something for everybody. It's all intertwined. Luckily for me, everything that you just said is literally the same thing, as far as what I'm doing, The music is coming to Nigeria and working with Nigerian artists. The music is creating Afrobeats for the world. That's part of my culture. So automatically that intertwines. Automatically being an entrepreneur and selling products that uplift our culture is part of, it's just, everything just intertwines. Like, I like to call it lifestyle. That's it. I'm just created a lifestyle for myself and I'm just living it. That's it. I'll change sometimes the pay to play type thing. I feel like there's too much, you need to pay these people to get this on and get this on and get this on. Sometimes that, it waters down the culture and the idea of making good music, because then a lot of people who don't have the funds are making good music but never being heard. So it's one of those tricky things. I think there needs to be a balance between the two. Yes, nothing should be free, but it shouldn't be OD to where it's like, a song is good or something is good, and it's great, in fact, maybe, but they just don't have the budget. You should still be able to say, hey, we're gonna get this thing on for the sake of the culture, for the sake of that artist, and for the sake of growing things, like, I'll say just be creative and just do it. Like, don't think too much about this stuff, man. At the end of the day, none of this matters, yo. No one, for real, no one cares. You're not that important. I'm not that important. None of this matters. Just create, put out your shit, and enjoy. You know what I mean? Man, just good times. You feel me? Remember that I was able to create a space for people to vibe out, have a good time, you know, leave their worries and stresses behind. You know, create something that can inspire, you know, the next generation to say, hey man, he did some cool shit. Like, I can do some cool shit. You know, we're all just here to inspire, create something for whoever's next. It's Tomi Tribe. Keep watching Simple TV. We out. Bless.